the answer to whether or not a quote-unquote conscious duo can go. When you get served in my chinelas with my toes all exposed from the bones of a Katipunan soldier in the mountain to the post-mortem continuation when drums pounding. Come around and get educated.
Alright guys, we're moving along. It's another day. You last seen the subframe getting chopped up. It's already out being powder coated, so we're gonna have to wait for that though. I don't know how long it's gonna take. They said 2 weeks is what we're looking at, but hopefully it comes back sooner. That way you can slap it in the car and install it. The other day you see me getting the materials for the car, so we got the rectangle tubing right there, and then we got the sheet metal under the lift over there. So now today, my car is pretty much stock right now, as you can see. Then I had to go get safety checked. So I'll be good till next year. I got 1 year pretty much. In that time, we're gonna go ham on this GS. From now on, this car's gonna get down. It's just gonna be a long process starting now. We gotta do the fuel tank. I gotta figure out where all the lines are gonna run before I drop the rear subframe. And once I do that, then I'm gonna drop the rear subframe. Probably get that powder coated, see if we gotta shorten it or anything, or raise anything. After that, I'm gonna do the floor on the GS. So right now, focus on getting the fuel tank out. That way we can start welding up the new one in and routing all the lines if we got to. For now, it's just gonna be me by myself working because Sterling's out at the beach, I think. Yeah, let's get it started. So we got the car jacked up on all fours. Next thing I'm gonna do is disconnect the battery and then start dropping the fuel tank. I'll show you guys. I removed the back seat, disconnected 2 connectors, one on the driver's side, one on the passenger side. I'm guessing the passenger side is the sending unit or the level. This side is the fuel pump. And there's only one line coming out of the tank, so I disconnected that too. I think that's it for the top side. Then I just gotta take out the filler neck and the straps that hold the tank in. So other than that, it's pretty simple. Actually, I gotta take out the drive shaft before I drop the tank because I think it's in the way. Let's keep on working. Alright, as you can see, we got the exhaust off. It's like the mid pipe. It's pretty easy to get off. I just shot some penetrating oil on there. It's just 2 bolts and I removed it from the rubber hangers, so it came right off. I got lucky. Usually they're all seized up from all that hot, cold, and rust and shit like that. So now we got access to the drive shaft. Here's the drive shaft. I'm gonna take that out and then we can drop the fuel tank. I'm taking out the drive shaft right now. I was gonna try to just sag it, the back side, but it's gonna be a lot easier to drop the gas tank if you take out the drive shaft. So pretty simple for both sides, the diff side and the trans side. You just take out the 3 bolts, holding it onto the flange, and then this little center bearing you gotta drop so you can take it out on the either side, so gives you more play. So we're about to drop it and then we're gonna start dropping the fuel tank. It's a lot longer than usual, but just because working on the ground, it's a lot harder to maneuver and move around. Trust me, if this was on a lift, the gas tank would be out by now, but I had to remove the parking brake cables too because they route right under the tanks. Yeah, I just took them off from the linkage right in the middle and that's it. Alright, as you can see, we got the drive shaft off. One thing I recommend you guys doing if you want to take out your drive shaft, just mark. I didn't have like a paint pen or anything, but I just used a Sharpie so I can kind of see. Just mark this side and line it up with the marking on the diff or the trans side. That way you know it goes back in the same place it came out. Just an extra precaution. I mean, you don't need to do it, but better to put it back in the way it came out. So next thing we're gonna do is unbolt the filler neck, go into the gas tank, and then we can start dropping the tank. Hopefully that's it and we're gonna be done. We got the filler neck out. This is a simple 10mm clamp holding the hose onto the tank. So I hope that's it, that's connected to the tank, but we're gonna start trying to drop it. And then you got 14 bolts holding the straps for the tank, 2 on each side. So I got the jack set up just to catch the tank while I unbolt it. Got a piece of wood right here. And the jack is just supporting the tank right now. I'm gonna go down slowly, make sure nothing's snagging up. I stand corrected, there's a lot of lines back here. It's all the evap lines. Guys, got it out. It was a bitch because I had to disconnect the evap lines without breaking them, but I broke something, so I don't think we're gonna need it in the other fuel cell, but it has to do with the evap system. So like I said, I don't know how I'm gonna tie in the evap system or if I need to, but we'll figure it out. It's out. Next step is gonna be to cutting out the rear. Hopefully I don't gotta drop the subframe because I wanna make sure I got places to route the lines before I drop the subframe. Alright guys, we got a decent amount done today. It's a bit of hard work lying on your back doing all that work, but we got it done. It'll be a lot easier if we had like a lift. I mean, I could have did it on this, but I don't think the gas tank would have been able to slide out. Take out the exhaust, take out the drive shaft, move the brake cables, and drop the fuel tank. I might bypass the evap system, that way I don't gotta run it anymore. I just gotta cap off all the lines, maybe remove the whole evap canister, and then just cap the lines in the engine bay. But yeah, that's it for today. See you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna start cutting up the back and getting the fuel tank mounted. So that's it. Peace out. Stay tuned.
Javelin, walking and rapping, holding my balls. Traveling, dancing all on your stage in a ski mask like a Jabberwocky. Gamble on me, shirtless, still pro. Keep the camera off me. Living like Carpe Diem, living off per diem. Tumblr, Twitter, sister, try catch me on the DM. Shitting on me, BM. Death threats on my EM. Text tough talk, look like BDSM on my BBM. Off the top, Jimmy Snooker to that ruling class. Cause I never like Hacksaw Jim Duggan with his goofy ass. A celebration like I told you, I ain't the one, mama. Maury Povich and you are not the father. MTK, Gio and Bam at it again, not again. Fuck that, kick that shit. Alright then, fuck that.
Yes? No, I'm supposed to go all the way. So. Oh yeah, just go. Guys, we got the base cut, the round side pretty much cut out, but I'm sure we're gonna have to grind it to get it to fit perfectly. But now we gotta cut the intricate side. Christopher gonna try. Alright guys, seen my car jacked up like this on a lot of occasions, dating back like 10 years ago.
Then fuck that, kick that shit. Alright then, fuck that, kick that shit. Alright then, MTK, Gio and Bam at it again, not again. Fuck that, kick that shit. Alright then.
When I got my first coilovers, and now we're doing any kind of shit, cutting this shit up.
What's up, Ashley? Welcome to the vlog.
Alright guys, it took us like 10 tries to grind this thing out so it could fit perfectly. Not really perfectly, but just inside the wheel well. Fitting is a little tight. It might work, I mean, it can work, but yeah, it probably can work, but it's just tight. I think that's it. We just gotta clean everything up, get it ready for it to weld, and then get it in there. And then I gotta plumb everything for the pump and the fuel filters and stuff. That's it for today. Tomorrow's another day. We're gonna try and get this thing welded up in there. And after that, after we finish this, the next thing is, I'm gonna drop the subframe and go try get that powder coated. But see you guys tomorrow, the next day.
That, kick that shit. Alright then, fuck that, kick that shit. Alright then. I paint a picture popo, might be blowing up, but I'm never going pop though. Bottom looking up, throwing collie sticks solid, call him Danny and a Santo. Money on the line, hit him, tell him, call me pronto. Brown man, never been a sidekick, Tonto. Taught him how to taunt him with thoughts like Yoda in a swamp. Womp, right before they froze, going solo like a...
Guys, the mic was off this whole time we were doing this shit, but just a walkthrough of what we did. So we got it, the plate set in. We had to use a jack to support it so it didn't fall through, and then we had to level it. We leveled it in like 10 different areas. I mean, it's not the most perfect level, but it'll work. We got it stitched up in there. Just gonna call it a night. That's it for today. Next step is to do the cutout for the little hump on the fuel tank, and we gotta figure that out too. But we still gotta like finish welding up the plate in there in some areas, but for the most part, as long as it's in there. Not the nicest welds, but good enough for now. We're blowing holes left and right, but it's alright.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, we're gonna seal it up, and I'm gonna put Dynamat too, so it'll be, you won't be able to see it unless you look from the bottom. Alright, that's it. The mic was off this whole time, so knock me the hell out. Peace out guys, see you guys the next time. I don't know when I'm gonna continue it because I gotta get my COVID shot the following day, so I'm probably gonna be down for the count. Peace. Alright guys, welcome back. It's like 2 days later from when we last worked on this thing. Took my shot and I got fucked up. That COVID second shot, baby. Yeah, so today's plan is to just finish stitch welding up the back. We gotta fill some holes that were made when we were blasting the welds. But after we stitch weld it, we're gonna cut a hole for the outlet for the tank to sit through. This part right here. But we're not sure how we're gonna do it yet. I mean, figuring it out as we go. We did go to Napa. We bought some seam sealers. So after we stitch weld everything up, we're gonna try to grind it up, clean it up, and then put some seam sealer around it, so like moisture doesn't get inside and everything. And yeah, so let's get it started. Sterling, take care of the welding this time. That way it goes a lot smoother. Probably when we do the floor, I'm gonna do some of the welding too, because that's gonna be a lot easier, I think, compared to this. This one is hard because it's like two different metals. There's like, we didn't grind everything good. There's like contamination in the metal, and there's like big ass gaps, so it's a little bit harder to weld. It's not like it's two of the same metals completely clean and like the easiest gap or no gap or whatever, and it's kind of like an awkward place to weld. So, but we're moving along. As always, we make some progress. Some progress is better than no progress. Hope you guys been enjoying the few vids that I've been uploading, so just stay tuned. We're getting there. Got everything stitch welded in. We got the tank in there and we're trying to measure up the reference points to center the tank. And then we'll mark out the holes and then drill them out. And then after that, we'll cut the bottom plate where the access for the outlet. Alright guys, we got this cut out and mocked up. So we're just gonna make a cut. We measured everything out as close as it's gonna get with the tank inside. So this is it right here. Alright guys, as you can see, we got that cut out. So we're gonna try to put the tank in, see if it sits flush. It's in. The tank is pretty much level as you've seen. What we're gonna do is cut triangles to put in between the bottom right there, and then just weld it up. That's pretty much it for the most part. Alright guys, we got this bottom piece mocked up, and all the plates. It's definitely not the nicest. It's the best we can do with just like a jigsaw, cutting all these pieces out, but it'll work. We actually went to Napa earlier today to buy a seam sealer. So you're not gonna see all the welds and everything because we're gonna seam seal everything, and then we're gonna put Dynamat, so it helps with the noise. Now we just gotta weld everything up. That's gonna be pretty much done for all the welding. Clean everything up and then seam seal it, and then mount the tank in, and that should be it. Pretty much got everything welded up. I mean, obviously it's not the best looking. Aesthetics is, at this point, it's like on the back burner. As long as everything holds, structural integrity is good. So later out down the line, hopefully it doesn't rust, but we'll take care of underneath after this. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna seal it up with a seam sealer. I kind of cleaned up everything as good as I can already, so we gotta hit it with the seam sealer, and then we're gonna like spray paint it after. We'll show you guys right now. Seam sealer, baby.
Smile though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean. Well, you soon will.
We went ahead and used the 3M. We got it from Napa. It's kind of pricey, but I think that's the only one they had. So we only used one tube so far, but it looks pretty good now. You won't be able to see this after we dynamite it too, so. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for today. Next step will be to drill all the holes for the tank, get it mounted in, and then we gotta plumb the fuel filter and fuel pump. So we got the seam sealer in, but it's drying, so it's gonna take a while for it to dry. So see you guys on the next episode of J Vlogs.
Nah, I'm still a king, killing killers, call him Dexter. On to the next, nah, on to the lecture. Matter of fact, I'm debating your professors. Academic asshole, middle finger gestures. Never been a jester, open to suggestions, man. Still working with my feet is in the sand. So he's back if the pro is getting mad. No, Lido, you don't wanna see a Filipino flag. MGK, Gio, and Bam at it.